Hello team, welcome to another ATP Geopolitics video with myself, Jonathan MSP. So this is a Ukraine War breaking news update for the night of the 31st of October 2025 Ukraine time, UK time. This is prime drone time, and it seems that tonight could be the night for one of the biggest waves of Ukrainian drones. These early doors, I'm hoping this is true. I cannot confirm the scale of the attack at the moment, but it's looking like it could be a good night for Ukraine. Let's have a look at what the emerging data is at the moment. But of course, you know, is there any point me doing this video, because it's going to change, no doubt, as more information comes out. There are no strikes that we are aware of yet, just the sheer volume of drones coming over from the Ukrainians. Right. So here we have one source saying today our birds, so our drones, will impose tangible sanctions on the Russian Federation. So this was kind of a precursor saying, do you know what? Something's going to happen tonight. We are going to put tangible sanctions, which is their way of saying we're going to hit refineries and things like that. That's the Ukrainian way of doing sanctions, not economic sanctions in the form of not allowing trade to take place, but not allowing trade to take place by blowing up refineries. Then we heard this Stanislav Bunyatov, call sign Osman, from Ukraine's Aidar Battalion, says new strikes are coming on the Russian targets. So this was from Osman, actually, who is a pretty reputable source. Today, our birds will impose significant sanctions on the Russian Federation. And then Russian monitoring channels are lighting up with drone alerts across multiple regions, says no reports. Belgorod, Bryansk, Kursk, Rostov, Voronezh, even near nuclear facilities like Novovoronezh. This wave of reportedly 200 drones or so closely matches Osman's earlier warning. So we had that warning, then there is evidence to support that. Ukraine's 414th in full strike mode tonight. So those are Magyar's birds. Okay, then we see this. Although, you know, not a huge amount going on down in Crimea direction, there are a few drones going into occupied territories and across into Rostov and maybe Krasnodar, just a couple there, maybe into is that Volgograd sort of directions. But then look at this. I have never seen such a concentrated number of drones. And interestingly, it's not Bryansk, it's not Kursk. This is all going across Belgorod. Could be doglegging up towards Moscow to some degree, but who knows where they're going to be aiming for. This is such a concentrated, focused number of drones. It's quite incredible. And then you hear that now Russians do have a tendency to doom and to, you know, predict, oh, the Kerch is going to be attacked tonight, or they've got Storm Shadows out, they've got this, they've got that. And it's not always the case, right? It always, even not often the case to the degree that they doom. But they are dooming tonight. The second wave has hit the Belgorod region. We expect roughly the same number. So this is talking about a second wave. Maybe the first wave was 200, as just mentioned. There's another wave of 200. I don't know. But it says we expect 700 drones across Russia tonight. Wow. Now, if that was the case, that would be absolutely phenomenal for the Ukrainians. It depends how many get through, but this is all about overwhelming air defenses. So if you're going to pick one place and go to town on it, so normally you have drones coming across from Bryansk, Kursk, Belgorod, and then elsewhere. You know, the other night when there's a significant number of drones, there were 2 channels across Bryansk. Now it looks like just everywhere is, you know, all of these drones are being sent really across the border in one particular place, or maybe one oblast, and that means you've got a much greater chance of overwhelming air defenses. If you've got a wave of 200 drones, you know, you're not going to have 200 interceptors going over there. So this is exactly the sort of behavior that I would expect to see if you are really trying to do as much damage to Russia as possible. Here we have Belgorod region. Hundreds of Ukrainian long-range drones are carrying out a massive attack on the Russian Federation, and we got locals recording it. So it looks like they are not just passing over Belgorod, but are indeed, you know, exploding in Belgorod as well. So yeah, good news for Ukraine. I hope that this will be a very fruitful night for their their drone teams, and they desperately need it, because I think there's an asymmetry at the moment where Russia have been hitting Ukraine overwhelmingly at the moment. The Ukrainian energy sector has been taking a real beating. But anyway, that's potentially very good news. Very early for me to make any sort of concrete claims, other than there are more drones going across the Russian-Ukrainian border than we would normally see. And that is good news for Ukraine. Please like, subscribe, and share, and all that kind of stuff. But thank you very much for watching. And I am particularly excited about seeing a drone bomber map like that, signifying that really quite a few drones are flying across in pretty much the same place across the border tonight. And they are all going in Russia's direction. So fingers crossed. Anyway, take care. Speak soon.